There's an unwavering reverence for the children and for their development that permeates every corner of this place.
That child-centered vision connects with kids. You can just see it.
Montessori in Parkside addresses all of those weaknesses that I saw in my own education.
It's always hard to know what your child would be like if they hadn't had the experience they have. But who my daughter is now is so fully self-expressed.
It's easy for me to be really satisfied with the school because I'm so satisfied with how my children turned out. My son graduated from the University of Texas, summa cum laude. His name is on a plaque somewhere. So smart. I couldn't even believe it. My daughter also graduated summa cum laude with a degree in physics, and she's now teaching physics, college-level physics, in a school that has no electricity and no running water in rural Tanzania, Africa. So they're perfect children.
Anything beautiful is balance between order and chaos. Chaos just meaning undifferentiated creative possibility. So at Parkside, we try to strike a balance between enough order to make it work very well, but enough freedom to have lots of aha moments.
When Joe lifts his finger, an entire room full of children at all different ages.
And parents.
And parents, we learn to focus. Just focus.
Because from like 11, I need the materials.
One of our goals is to hold the children accountable to their full academic potential.
8,800.
While at the same time creating a very rich and joyous atmosphere for learning, one that they will really enjoy being in.
I remember once we got to dissect squids, and it was so much fun. And the backbone was called a quill because it looked like a feather pen, like a quill. And then we got to stick it in the ink sac, and we actually got to write our names with it. It was so cool.
When we started here too, I had my image of the Montessori monotone, that's calm, slow, steady voice where there's little inflection and everything is so calm and you're so bored you want to bang your head against the wall. However, and then I met Claire. And Claire giggled, and Claire is fun, and she brings humor into the classroom, into everything she does. Totally blew my Montessori concepts out of the water, just in terms of the way you behave as a human being. You can be a fun, happy, bounce around kind of human and have a great time, a perfect Montessori experience.
Andy had some trouble learning to read, and we now think that he was probably dyslexic, but when he was 7.5 and in lower elementary, they just pulled him out and started fixing the problem. And so they spent the time and effort on fixing it instead of on labeling it. And in about 2 months' time, he went from tears and struggles and great amounts of frustration with reading very easy books to reading Harry Potter and the Lightning Thief.
Bye-bye.
880. In my classroom, you'll find children 1st through 3rd grade, so that's 6, 7, 8, and sometimes 9-year-olds, all in one room. And one tremendous benefit of having those mixed ages in one room is vertical mentoring. Something that's specific to children of this age is hero worship. So it's very natural for the younger children to look up to the older children and not only respect and admire what they're working on, but want that for themselves. So this is a wonderful natural tool for us to help inspire the younger children to do greater work and to really push themselves, specifically in writing, reading, and math.
We're gonna take out the x squared. How many x's are we gonna take out, Ella? 7. 8. So what'd you get out, 8 x's? Yeah. Okay, put an 8-part grade. In elementary 2, we're working on geography, history, botany, zoology, biology. A lot of things that you don't work on until you're like in 5th or 6th grade, maybe even 7th.
I remember Simple Gifts the most, and so much fun.
Simple Gifts was inspired by something Joe saw in China, where we get together every Friday with the whole community and move and sing together and really connect with families and teachers.
You just got to sing and dance and hang out with your friends and have a good time. I don't know any other school that does that. It's amazing.
Everyone, whatever your position is, staff, child, student, you get that benefit of being nurtured and held by the community and really accepted for what you are.
My father-in-law, his father passed away very recently, and Lucas, I talked to him a little bit about it, and John did too, and his way of responding to that was, and this is a child who wouldn't ever willingly write, and in his previous classroom experience, he could write down facts and stuff, but coming up with his own idea of what to do, or you ask him to write a anything, it was just like, no, I don't want to do that. And he went and wrote a poem for his dad, and about, how, one day when you're not here, basically, I will love you and miss you. And it was just like, wow. Sometimes you need something beyond your home. It's just this greater power to support what your sort of view of the world is.
The greatest virtues of human nature are cultivated during times of adversity. Our children have almost no adversity in the modern world. It's so easy for everybody. What can we do at Parkside to create more adversity that they have to struggle and overcome? So we created a cultural challenge where each student has to stand in front of 200 people twice a year and perform.
I was singing a song and I didn't remember all the words, but everybody else in the audience started singing along with me, so it wasn't as embarrassing as everybody just staring at me.
Cultural challenge really helped me with my fear of getting up in front of other people, and I learned that I can go up there and do whatever I want to do, and I can be myself, and people will accept me for that.
That's what she got out of being in this school. She knows who she is. She's absolutely true to herself. And that's just something you can't get anywhere else.
People in our family and outside our family have commented on how Luke has just, we've continued to say exploded, but really he's just kind of more comfortable in his own skin. Knowing what he was like before he got here, there's something much more powerful going on.
If I had not come to Parkside, I really honestly wouldn't have gained the independence I have today. It taught me so much about doing what I want to do and doing it well. And it gave me the confidence to know that I could do anything I want, and I'm going to be able to get over the difficulties in order to get to the core of what I want.
Are you ready?
Ready!
Ready for lunch?
Are you ready? Ready! Ready for lunch? Are you ready? Ready! Ready for lunch. Sandwiches and lemonade. Sandwiches and lemonade. Sandwiches and lemonade. the golden rule. So if you're like really nice, then you should come here. But if you're not that nice yet, and if you want to come here, then you can work on it. It will allow you to take your time a bit since you haven't been to the school yet.
Are you ready?
Ready!
Ready for lunch?
Are you ready? Ready! Ready for lunch? Are you ready? Ready!